You may be wondering why I'm wearing a Mean Joe Green jersey, and despite Halloween upcoming, it's not my costume. However, that team in 1966, along with Mean Joe Green himself, now that was scary. The Battle of Denton, UNT against Texas Women's University. Now these two are just 2 miles apart from each other on the map, but they have a relationship that's much closer than many have anticipated. The battle to hoist a championship trophy at AT&T Stadium in December for high school football begins tonight as the 2021 UIL playoff showcasing some star teams look to prove themselves worthy. Now let's take a look at some of the top games around North Texas. UNT coming off an emotional roller coaster of a game at SMU last Saturday. How do you go from down 7-6 at half to imploding to a 35-12 loss? Well, either way, UAB is next on the list. As you know, Dak got paid. Whether you think it's a mistake or a franchise-long investment, the deal is finished. Tyler Martin, a senior at Katy High School, makes yet another stride in his young baseball career. The only difference, there's one less fan in attendance. Welcome to Mean Green Game Day here at NTTV as we look forward to week 4 of college football as we look back towards last Saturday's demolition derby of a game between UAB and UNT, but we will actually look ahead to La Tech later on today. Wow, what a roller coaster ride it has been for the Chicago Bears. There are, upsets left and right after the first round matchups, but most importantly, 13 seed versus 4 seed, aka UNT. When we return, we'll go over some big game predictions, and there are some big ones, including the Red River Showdown. Stick around. Bryce also has the longest win streak throughout the both of them, and that win streak is now 8 games, and that is up to the current date thanks to last night's 15th season. Reddick didn't even last 2 seasons with the Pelicans and took a step back in performance with only averaging 8.5 points a game. We're heading into our 3rd rotation of the evening. Tight. That is our score. 95.875 is the lead, and guess what? It belongs to the home squad in the TW Pioneers. Rays bats, along with Jose Altuve's error, helps plot a 5-run 6 as the Rays hold on to the lead and get the victory in Game 3, 5-2. I said this was a defensive game, and that's what showed up late when it counted. Anton Gudobin with 31 saves on the day. The idea may just trickle on down to Denton's own Apogee Stadium. Louisville is definitely making a name for themselves, and we have a perfect 5 for 5. COVID-19 has put a timeout on Mean Green football. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zach Fox. I'm sports anchor here for NTTV, and I'll be keeping you updates on this game between the Southern Miss Golden Eagles and the UNT Mean Green. A lot of teams expect him to be out potentially 1st or 2nd round. Here they are. Welcome to the NBA Finals. Jason Bean got the start in Game 2 after a hot Game 1 against HBU, but Austin Nani got most of the start for the rest of the game. 2015 NBA Finals MVP. He holds LeBron in contested shots to only 24% shooting, and throughout the entire NBA playoffs, 33% shooting. Finally, the Mean Green with another premature bye week after 4 players tested positive for COVID-19. It took overtime, and UNT was literally perfect, going 4 for 4 from the floor and 7 for 7 from the free throw line to seal the championship. Trevion Kinsey, he's going to go ahead and lead the way for Marshall. It is ironic that both teams have waited this long in order to play a game. I think it's going to be pretty good. I think they're going to be both pretty sluggish heading out of the gates, but I do have Marshall winning it in the end. 1, 2, 3. There is now only one intercollegiate gymnastics program in the state of Texas, and it's not where you'd expect. Texas Women's University, a D2 school that regularly competes against some of the top gymnastics programs in the country.
We proudly represent the state, and it's definitely a source of pride for us.
Just be thankful for the opportunity we get to, compete here in Texas.
TW may be an underdog on paper when matched up against some of the best. However, winning 11 national championships since 1993 doesn't happen by accident.
What got us to this point is being in our practice gym, just, the 16 girls and the 3 coaches, and that's really all we need to go out and have success.
Being the only intercollegiate school in the state of Texas with the gymnastics program comes with its hurdles. However, for one athlete, simply having a meet means so much more. Alex Pierce, a sociology major born and raised in Saskatchewan, Canada, then attended Seattle Pacific University for gymnastics. Less than a year in, the program was dropped abruptly.
We got on the Zoom call and he was like, yep, our program is being cut effective immediately. Like, you can stay at the school, but you won't be able to do gymnastics.
Alex has found a new appreciation for competition without fear of another unexpected closure.
We have such an incredible support system here. Our leadership really values the sport of gymnastics.
The stability has given Alex a new home.
My favorite thing about being here is the team.
She now helps represent this team, a team that represents Texas. Last season, the women's golf team making history with their first ever conference championship.
I had a plan at Texas State that worked with very limited resources, and so I just implemented the same plan here.
Michael Akers, UNT women's head golf coach, looks to double-dip titles as he enters his 6th season with the Mean Green. And to make sure they reload with a little help of a longtime UNT golf fan, Bruzzy Westheimer, UNT grants a brand new $3 million facility just east of Apogee Stadium.
It's just mind-boggling. It's literally 150 yards away, so someone without a car can just live here, walk over to practice. We have organized team practice that are equivalent of 20 hours a week, but these ladies want to practice more than that, and so they have a fob. They can get in here and they can utilize all the technology anytime that they want.
And do they have technology? State-of-the-art simulation for putting. You can raise and lower the playing field. Yes, the ground moves. When you turn out the lights, a diagram brought to life on how and where the ball should travel. Another simulation is inside the batting bays, from feet placement to spin rate through the air to where the ball lands. This facility has it all. It looked too good, so I decided to give it a try. For a team who's coming off of their 2021 conference championship season, there's one player who's been looking forward to this moment even since overseas. Audrey Tan, senior on the team, coming off of one of her best seasons yet. Looking back, Audrey, after visiting UNT from Malaysia, she literally couldn't wait to start swinging for the Mean Green.
The first thing I was like, can I hit here? Where can I hit? Can you tell me all the golf courses where I can play? You feel homesick, it's gonna be challenging, but it's gonna be worth every single second.
With the help of Bruzzies and winning mindset from players and coaches, a second conference championship awaits as they look to cruise their way through the competition, one hole at a time.